Hello, everybody. Frankie here from Vibrant Center for Voice and Movement. And today I'm going to show you kind of an odd vocal trick. This is definitely one to be careful of if you're around puppies or kitties because they often do react. However, this is really great for keeping your voice healthy, and I'm going to couple that with one other technique. So I'm going to try and fit two in like 15 minutes. Let's see how we go. All right, so the first one is the sad puppy. And what that is I've done some straw work and some humming and things with you. And this is another version, especially if you don't have a straw on hand. And this helps you to build comfort in working with different pitches in your voice. Why is this so important? What's amazing is singers naturally use a lot more pitch variation and a lot more variety in their speaking voice compared to non-singers, and especially for people who aren't trained actors who have a voice background. And so it's really valuable to think of how you can use your voice effectively by expanding your range. That maybe a character is monotone, but you yourself should be more than just one note. So in that way you actually have a lot more options, a lot more choices in how you express emotion and how you present your character, because not all characters are going to just speak like this, right? So here's the sad puppy. What I want you to do is start at a pitch that's higher in your range. Doesn't have to be my pitch. And I want you to think of the noise that a sad puppy makes, and you're going to live there and then start to move down your range. So it's going to sound like this. And you can stretch it out or make it quick. So I started off a little faster, and then I started to expand the length of that sound. So I'm going to start again. This time I'm going to go from the bottom to the top, and I'm really going to play with lengthening that sound. And then I'm going to go down again. And then I'm going to live a little bit more in the middle of my pitch. Lovely. So that's the sad puppy. And animals do often react to that because they're trying to figure out why you're making the sad sound. And it's really good for your vocal folds. It's very useful too if you have a crack somewhere in your range. Being able to play with the sad puppy is really valuable. It's something you can do in the car, on your way to a class, or to your job, or leaving. And it can also be very useful if you're just trying to take it easy on your voice. You might have to do a day of vocal rest, but on another day when you want to just take care and do some things that will help to soothe your voice, this can be really valuable. So that's number one. Number two, yes, I'm going to fit this in, is I've talked a lot about sound forward, using a straw to be able to feel vibration. So what happens if you don't have a straw? What I want you to do is I want you to think about the maxilla bone, which is right there. And I want you to think about vibrating that bone on a hum. So let's take a breath in. And play with different pitches now. You might notice that there are particular pitches where you can really feel that vibration. And if at first you don't feel that vibration, I very much recommend the straw. But also, this takes practice. So, if this is something that you haven't really thought about before, being able to be sensitized and to think about sending your vibration there may be something new. So, let's try one more time and really try to find what pitches work for you to feel that vibration on that maxilla bone. If it helps, tip your head forward a little bit. Not so much that you're crunching here, but just a very slight tip. And let's just for fun hum from a high note all the way down. And then down to low to high. And then just shake that out. Ha. Lovely. It is even more important than ever to be having a practice where you support your voice, predominantly because the muscles of our voice are really reflective of our physical and emotional and mental self-care. And when people are going through times of stress, even if they're doing everything right, they're trying to take care of their bodies, they're trying to eat right, it can, there's my kitty, it can show up in the vocal folds that something is not feeling right emotionally or psychologically. By being able to give a little extra self-care to your voice, especially at a time like this, you are ensuring that you have a voice that is going to carry you forward in the long term for a long and healthy career. Also, there are a lot of actors who get very focused on film acting, and their voice becomes the last thing that they think about training. The voice should be one of the first things. The breath and the voice are so essential for on-camera acting, especially because more and more actors are having to get mic'd on their own bodies, and still their voices aren't reaching the mic, and having to either rely on tech to save you or being able to redub it afterwards. And of course, there's a time and a place for that, especially if you have helicopters and things that go by. But as an actor, it is your job to ensure that you have lots of support for your voice, a healthy voice, a good practice for your voice, so that you can be heard. Because that is one of your essential practices, one of your essential skills as an actor. Just a reminder that I'm offering a series of spotlight classes on Wednesday nights for the rest of the year. My spotlight classes are 4 weeks, so it's a very intense and deep dive into a particular aspect of what I teach to do with being a vocal, emotional, and physical athlete. This first spotlight is called Creative Strengths, and it's about building resilience and mental well-being. Doesn't mean you have to be struggling right now. There are a lot of people who are flourishing this year and taking this year to work on extra training or to learn a new job, right? But if you would like to have some extra tools in order to deal with nerves, in order to deal with anxiety, in order to build a greater sense of presence, this is the class for you. It's a really exciting class. I'm looking forward to it, and it's going to start on the second Wednesday of September. The spaces are filling up though, and it's not going to be a huge group, it's going to be a fairly small group. So make sure that you register quickly. And I'm also offering my spotlight classes this year only will be a pay what you can rate, just because this year is been crazy and everybody's just doing the best that they can. So I'm going to trust everyone to pick an amount that is sustainable for them. Everybody's going to have the same treatment, and um, show up and let's have a beautiful time together building presence, resilience, and mental well-being. I will see you all again soon. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other.